Today, we're going to look again at some great entertainers. Specifically, what instrument are we talking about? We're talking about drummers. Yeah, baby! Welcome back to Danny Robertson Music, where we try to help you become the best possible performer that you can be on whatever stage you choose. I'm Danny Robertson. Thanks for joining me again this week. If you haven't seen my channel before, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, and also go to my website, DannyRobertsonMusic.com, and join our email list. It's called The Performer Perspective, and we give a lot of weekly tips and tricks about things that you can do to become a better performer on stage live. So today, let's talk about drummers. Specifically, we're looking at great entertainers. We're looking at the kind of performer that may or may not be technically proficient at their instrument. They might not even be good at their instrument, but they know how to entertain an audience. We've previously done videos like this about guitarists and bass players, and we wanted to get into drummers today. And once I started researching this, I found out that I had a big problem. This list could have been miles long. There are so many great drummers out there who were also really great entertainers. So much so that I had to figure out a different way to present this information to you than just giving you a list of 5 or 10 people. We're going to look at a couple of different types of performers and why they are so great. And we're going to give you some examples of some really good performers that fit into that category. So let's not waste any time and get started. I couldn't come up with a better name to call these guys other than the big arm drummers. The guys that you'd hear in this kind of category are guys like John Bohnam of Led Zeppelin, or Keith Moon of The Who, Ringo Starr of the Beatles, Travis Barker, Blink-182, Chad Smith, the guy who ends up always getting compared to Will Ferrell because of his looks, that plays for Red Hot Chili Peppers. Taylor Hawkins and Dave Grohl of Foo Fighters and Nirvana and even Alanis Morissette fame. These guys all use big arm movements in the way that they play, and they just look like they are having fun playing their drum sets. It's a great way to bring a lot of energy to your show without necessarily doing much extra in terms of what you're already playing. You're just adding a little bit more grandness to the way that you play. And a lot of these guys do this really, really well. Again, with this name, I struggled to come up with what really fit this type of drummer, except for they are kind of a ham. They are trying to be overly exaggerated in their smiles and their facial movements and their almost cheesiness to the way that they play. And guys like Buddy Rich were known for this. They're very, very good players, but they're also very, very good entertainers, which is what made them so fun to watch on stage. Guys like Max Weinberg, who played with Conan O'Brien, and prior to that, he played with Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. His playing style is really good. He's a great drummer, but he looks a little cheesy while he's playing, and that's kind of his style. Let's take a look at the next type of drummer. The third type of drummer we should look at today is what I would call the technical aficionado. These are the guys that are really, really technically proficient on their instrument. They know how to play it, and they know how to play it well. They're really unique players, sometimes having some of the most unique, recognizable beats that you've ever heard from a drum set. These are also really fun guys to watch because of how technical they are. Think of drummers like Carter Beauford of Dave Matthews Band, Vinnie Paul of Pantera, Alex Van Halen, Mike Portnoy of Dream Theater, Stuart Copeland of The Police, Jeff Porcaro of Toto, and Danny Carey of Tool. These are all great players who are mostly known for how good they are at playing their set. They're not necessarily the most flashy, get up and do something fun for the crowd type of entertainers, but they are entertaining because of how good they are on their instrument. The fourth type of drummer that I feel fits into their own category of live performance and a reason why they're entertaining to watch is because of their own unique drum kit. Now, there's two drummers that fit into this category for me in particular. Neil Peart of the band Rush, who famously played a set that he could spin 360 in and play in different ways. And the other one that's famous is Terry Bozzio. Now, if you've never seen Terry Bozzio's kit, this is like taking an entire orchestra and putting it into one single drum kit. It has something like 300 or 400 different pieces of instruments. It's probably more than that. I'm going to check on that and get back with you. Terry Bozzio tunes up his drum set as if each single tom sound and snare sound is like a key in a piano. It is able to be played so musically that just watching his performances are unique on their own because you've never heard another drummer do what he does. And I've seen this kit live and in person, and it's amazing. The last category I want to show off for drummers who are great entertainers are what I call the upside down drum guys. Now, this was a technique that was made famous early on in the 1970s by a guy named Jack Valentine, who was the original drummer for the band that became Motley Crue. Jack Valentine created and designed his own rig that was attached to his drum set that during their show, he would spin, tilt upside down, go completely 360 around in one full circle while playing the drum set. It was something that was unique for the time, and it's only been repeated by a handful of other artists. A couple of famous names that have also done this whole upside down drum set thing are Tommy Lee, who also plays in Motley Crue. He's famous for having a set that will completely spin 360 and go over the crowd into another part of the building while he's playing. Another drummer who has famously tried this trick and gotten on a drum riser that has tilted and spun around and done all kinds of cool stuff is the drummer from Slipknot, who sadly passed away a couple of years ago, Joey Jordison. He did a really neat trick where the drum riser would rise up in the middle of the show, and then it would tilt sideways, and then it would spin in a circle while he's sideways, and then it would tilt back. And he never stopped playing. It's kind of like they're riding on a roller coaster while playing the drums. Now, I think this is one of the most unique things that a drummer can do, is have some kind of cool drum trick like that that they can say is their own. It's very hard to replicate, and that's why you don't see very many drummers doing it. So it is one of the most unique things that you'll see in live performance when it comes to drummers. That's it for this week. Who or what do you think should have been on this list? What drummers did I miss? What cool tricks do drummers do that I also missed? Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and sign up for the Performer Perspective email list. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.